Hi guys, my name is Lamar Cooper, also known as Coach L, and also known as Mr. Cooper in the classroom setting. Uh, I would like to talk about what grade level I would, what basically this assignment is on. The grade level assignment that I chose was the fifth grade level. And on top of that, it was focusing in on science and social studies. Uh, and it was basically entitled, environmental, leadership. Uh, they asked me to explain the PBL engaging for students and how it would be used. Well, PBL is basically uh, uh, it's a it's an example used through something familiar, basically. So, when I talk about this, I would say if I would do this in an English setting or in a science setting, I would use certain. Um, I'm sorry. I would use certain subjects to engage students, especially um, students that are engaged in certain subjects. So, say for instance, if a student is engaged more into English, I will give them an example of what should be done that is popular into what you actually like. And the next thing, it would be more so that uh, just giving them an example of something that they actually know. So if they're familiar with more with English, science, social studies, history, gym, it would be an example to be able to break down so they can get a better comprehension of, what's needed for this subject. Okay, so with the PBL situation, uh, they asked me to describe PBL challenging uh, students and helping them basically basically build up the student. So I think that challenging the student through something that they're familiar with, it actually gives them um, uh, a slight notice of relief because they're familiar. So you actually be able to put what we call two and two together. You'll be able to put this with this and add it to whatever that's needed for you. If you're struggling in certain subjects, then it probably wouldn't work. But if you're familiar with certain subjects, then it probably would. So when I say, uh, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Basically, like to uh, they say something about the Bloom taxonomy. Um, this is basically something that challenges a student and how they gather their research and their knowledge of pertaining information. Uh, Learning how to break down things and analyzing it and in a perspective of where it can be distributed to other people without just your own understanding. It's just basically creating morals and values to what you're actually thinking. Okay, and the next thing was justify. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Justifying learning outcomes. It's basically it's basically like your projection of your conversation or the way you communicate. Sometimes things can get a little bit more critical than other things, and it can actually make things a little bit more critical than other situations. Uh, the way they break down and the way they connect, basically like a puzzle piece. It's like, the comprehension. You want to be able to match this with this and be able to put two and two together, like I said earlier. And and that's basically it. Um, but my scholarly resources is Thomas J.W. From 2000. Um, uh, so that'll be all. I'm sorry, I was a little nervous with this, but I tried to take my time and with a little bit of nervousness as well. So thank you guys, and I'm glad that you take your time out to pay attention to this video, and soon to be better and better and better and better. This is literally my second video overall since I've started school, but this is my first video. I'm actually feeling a little bit more confident than I was in the last video. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Mr. Cooper or Coach L.